Hey everyone, welcome back. Going to do a quick little video today explaining how to use a timegrapher. I've seen a lot of people not necessarily understanding them, so I'm going to try to put them in the easiest kind of way to understand them that I know how. I've watched a bunch of videos on YouTube, and I'll also kind of link some of them so you can get a little more in depth. But right off the bat, this is basically a home screen. This is the Weishi 1000. I see a lot of people using these, but it has your rate, your amplitude, your beat error, and the parameters that it's looking for in keeping your time. Then you have this device over here, which is a microphone basically, and it listens to your watch, and your watch clips in, and you could adjust the angle. I'm going to leave it in this straight up position just to make the comparisons for you guys. But the first thing you want to do always when you get one of these is to get the most accurate reading. You need to learn the lift angle of your movement, and you're going to enter that in here by clicking menu. You click menu again to go down, and here is where you enter it. You would press up and down to adjust. 52 is the default that it puts in there. Beat rate, you're going to have auto, and test period 12 is fine, and leave it at that. But basically, lift angle is inside where the pallet fork is. There's the impulse pin that swings past it, and the angle that it hits both sides of the pallet fork is what your lift angle is. So this movement forms a 52-degree angle, so that you test it at 52 degrees. Very simple. You could Google that all on the internet. Next, you hit start and stop, and it'll start listening to your watch. Let it run for a little bit, and that will, the two lines represent, I believe, the tracking of the tick versus what the beat error is. That one I'm a little unsure about. I know there's a lot of people out there that can correct me. So basically, to look at it, here's what you do. You have your rate, which is how fast or slow the watch is running per day. This will change depending on the position that your watch is in. So run the test in different positions. But overall, this is getting 1 second slow per day. Love it. Then you have your amplitude, which is the angle of one full rotation of your watch's balance wheel. So inside the watch, it swings left, it swings right as it runs. The higher the number, the better. The lower the number, it means your watch is likely either old, dirty, needs a trip to the watch repair shop. 250 or higher is better, but 231 I'm totally fine with. See, now it jumped up to 3 seconds a day, 1 second a day. So as it runs, it does change the rate, but that's fine. You're kind of getting an overall average. Beat error is as your watch balance wheel spins left and right. Each one of the left rotation clockwise, counterclockwise back should be the exact same length of time. So my beat error here is 2.8 milliseconds, which is not good at all. You want that around 1 millisecond, but that means as it spins one way, it takes 2.8 milliseconds longer than as it spins the other way. There's really nothing you could do about that from what I'm told on the NH35 movement, which is this. It's just kind of how it was built. It's clearly not affecting the accuracy of the watch, so that's great. But if I did take this into a watch repair shop, they might be able to get that amplitude a little bit higher, which would make it run even better, even though it's running pretty damn well. But they would maybe be able to fix the beat error, but probably not. I'm also going to include a video from the 1010 Watch Club or Watch Channel. He does a way more in-depth dive into how to fully read these. And I'm also going to put in a link to a database that shows all of your lift angles in one place. They're much easier if you just Google Rolex 214270 lift angle. An article will pop up or a link will pop up that tells you how to find it. But this database has them all. But overall, they're very easy to understand, and they're definitely important if you feel like your watch is running slow, or if you feel like your watch is running fast, and you want to kind of validate that. The phone apps are great, but they're not always the most accurate because they're not listening to their watch. They're just kind of going off what you're telling them it's doing. So this watch overall, based on what the numbers that it's showing, the beat error is terrible. The amplitude is a little bit slow, but not terrible, but it's keeping good time. So I would be fine with this movement, especially since it's a cheap NH35A, and I wouldn't care too much about that. But as you put other watches on that are more expensive, I know for a fact, because I'm going to put out a video later next week of me going through all of my collection, that my Rolex rate is terrible, but the amplitude and beat error are perfect. So that's kind of the difference in your movements and when you just need to have a service to fix your rate versus a beat error or amplitude issue, which means your watch does actually need to have some work done to it, probably more oils, or it needs to have your actual balance wheel worked on to make sure it's spinning back and forth properly. I know this is kind of an overview, very quick, very simple, but I just got this in and I wanted to run you through it. You can get these for about $200 on Amazon. I think they're very useful for everyone to have. If you have any other questions, let me know down below and look at some of the resources I put down there to kind of help you guys understand these a little bit more. And I will have a new video for you guys next week, diving a little more to my watch collection and running all of my favorite watches through the Timegrapher and seeing how they all run. But as you can tell, this one, it's not bad. 1 second per day, kind of a low amplitude, kind of a crappy beat error. But that's it for this week, guys, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much.